But we're going to move into segment on the next segment, which is Focus on the Arts.
That's right.
Hello, audience, and welcome to another segment of Focus on the Arts. And today on Focus on the Arts, we have a very special guest for you. She is the inventor of Sisterlocks. This is Dr. JoAnn Cornwell. Welcome to the show, Dr. Cornwell. How are you?
Oh, doing great. Thank you so much for having me on your program.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Thank you. As a matter of fact, I wanted you to give you the opportunity to tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'd love to. I live in San Diego now. It's the headquarters of Sisterlocks is in San Diego, but I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Went there, stayed there through high school, and during those early days, I was one of those young ladies who was just all interested in hair. So by the time I moved to California and finished college and became a young professional, I was always someone who was doing hair on the side, and I was very comfortable with hair, but not natural hair. It took me quite a while to get interested in that. So, about the early 90s, I started getting interested in natural hair, but I didn't want natural hair like I had seen it on other people. I love locks, but I wanted a way to make them smaller. So I took a couple of years and experimented with my hair and decided to just do whatever it took to work out how to make tiny, stylable locks. And it took me about that long, about 2 years of experimenting with my hair to come up with the Sisterlocks techniques. And I have to tell you that I never really intended to start a business. I just wanted to figure this out for myself. And once I had the Sisterlocks worked out on my own hair, I got so much attention. It was absolutely ridiculous. I couldn't go 20 minutes walking through my life without somebody stopping me or asking me questions. And so it dawned on me that I should have a business. I should make this available to other people. And make a long story short, that's how Sisterlocks was born, just out of working on my own hair and coming up with something that people seem to really, really love.
Wow. Let's start with, what are actually Sisterlocks and what makes them different from other locks?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question because so many people are not familiar enough with locks to really know the difference. With the regular locking techniques, twisting, adding products like shea butter and things like that, you can only make the locks so small, and the locks tend to unravel, and so people are faced with things like not being able to shampoo their hair or having to really go through a process where the locks are very unstable for months and months and months. With Sisterlocks, we create a stable woven framework like a braid, but not, in a section of hair. And that woven framework that we create stays, and then the natural interlocking tendency of African-type hair kind of pulls into that structure and locks. So that's why we can make the Sisterlocks so small, because we have a technique that creates a braid-like structure, and then we leave that and let the natural, tightly textured hair pull into that structure and lock up. And that's basically the technical explanation of what a Sisterlocks is. It's not a twist. It's not a braid because it goes in the opposite direction from a braid and has a slightly different structure. But the Sisterlocks technique is what allows us to make those locks small. And if you follow a few tried and true techniques, they don't unravel excessively, and you just get a beautiful head of hair that just grows and grows and grows.
Wow. Now, can a brother get locks as well?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, we have brother locks. We have something, it's just a slight alteration of the Sisterlocks technique, generally a little bit larger and just centered a little bit differently on the lock. And we call them brother locks, and we have hundreds of brothers around the country who have the brother locks and just looking gorgeous themselves.
Wow. I can't wait to be at the event to actually witness all the interweaving of the actual locks. So it's very beautiful.
We have so much going on Saturday, and everybody is welcome. This is an event that you can come to, and and get your hair styled. You can ask all of the questions you ever had about sister locks or brother locks. It's not an event where we teach the technique, because the training class itself is a 4-day class. But you can definitely get close and personal, because there'll be hundreds and hundreds of ladies there with Sisterlocks, and many, many more who will be curious just about seeing what this is all about and finding out if it will work in their hair.
So, Dr. Cornwell, what makes Sisterlocks a lifestyle and not a fad?
You know, that's a really good question, because, you know, so many people relate to locks as though it's just some kind of fad, or, you know, people are stuck with some music, you know, genre or something like that. But I have to say that in my many years of experience with Sisterlocks, when an African-American sister or an Afro-Caribbean sister or any sister who has African textured hair, when she thinks about going natural, it's a big deal in her life. It's not just, you know, a styling choice. And so just going natural, period, for our culture is a big step, because it's not the norm for us. The people around us, our institutions, our jobs, everybody's telling us to wear our hair a certain way, and generally natural hair and natural locks are not favored. And so it takes a special kind of person to make that choice. And so that's one thing. When you get Sisterlocks, you're not just getting something that you're going to take out the next week because you want to style and profile. You're really digging deep and saying, who am I? And what do I want to present to the world? Who do I want to tell the world that I am? And what do I want to embrace about myself? So these women and men, but mostly the women, are embracing their natural beauty, and they're making a statement about themselves for the world to see. And it takes a commitment to understanding and exploring their natural beauty in order to do this. And another thing that we find out is that once women do this, it's almost like a whole world opens up to them. They feel more beautiful. They have more styling options, so they play with their hair a lot more. They get a lot more attention from people around them. And surprisingly, many of the people who give them compliments and want to have their hair like that are not African-descended people. Caucasian people, Asian people are just stunned by how beautiful the Sisterlocks are. And so once they take that brave step into natural hair, that brave step into natural locks, they really get a lot of rewards. And they start thinking about, if they haven't already, thinking about a more natural lifestyle overall. How am I eating? You know, am I taking medications that I don't need to take? Could I change my eating habits instead? Are there natural alternatives? Am I getting exercise? What can I do to live a healthier lifestyle? And so all of that seems to go together when people take that step into the natural hair world.
Now, Dr. Cornwell, in your own words, please tell our viewers why they should not miss the event that's going to go on December 4th, Saturday. Tell them how important it is not to miss this event.
Do not miss this event, I'm telling you. You know, there are hair expos, and then there are hair expos, you know, and then there's the Sisterlocks Expo. We are really in a category all of our own. I have to say, first of all, that we welcome everyone. You don't have to have this particular hair treatment to be welcome and to have fun at our events. We're very playful in the way that we present things. We're very non-competitive, and we have lots of hugs for everyone. And I think it comes from people being so happy with themselves that they want to share the happiness. It's a time to learn. It's a time to network. It's a time for good food. Atlanta loves a good fashion show and a good hair show, so we're going to be styling and profiling and really put Atlanta on the map in terms of being at the forefront of the natural hair movement and real specifically the Sisterlocks movement. We're going to have a marketplace, which is going to be wonderful for people who maybe are interested in holiday shopping. It's one thing to go to the mall, but it's another thing to come to a place where there's a lot of cultural artistry going on. People are clothing designers, they make jewelry, they make hair accessories, they sell books that are specialized in terms of our culture, and it's just going to be a wealth of information and articles to purchase and learn about that have a real specific, fun, cultural focus. So there's not too many events that you're going to find where you're going to have that mix of natural living, natural lifestyle events, classes, networking around natural hair care, but at the same time, events and things to purchase and learn about that have to do with healthy living. So come on down.
Exactly. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Cornwell. So the address is Atlanta Marriott, downtown, 160 Spring Street, Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. Am I right?
That sounds right. I don't think you can miss the Atlanta Marriott downtown.
Exactly.
But if you do, you can just go online and look on our website, Sisterlocks.com, and you'll find all of the information there.
Any final thoughts for the audience?
Well, I know that you are Caribbean Focus TV, so I'd like for your viewers to know that Sisterlocks is quite popular and growing in the Caribbean area. We train pretty much every year in Kingston, Jamaica. Our classes started there in the late 90s. And we've also trained in Barbados, and we've had interest in several of the locations, even a couple of the French-speaking islands in the Caribbean. So Sisterlocks is blooming there too. So we welcome you either on this side or the other side of the pond to join us, not just Saturday, but to join the Sisterlocks revolution.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Cornwell, for taking the time to speak to us about Sisterlocks, and hopefully, audience, we hope to see you there. The event is $15 in admission in advance and $20 at the door. You can actually go to the website www.sisterlocks.com or CaribbeanFocusTV.com for more information on how to get there and how to purchase tickets. So we look forward to seeing you there. So,
absolutely.
Exactly. So
thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Cornwell.
Don't miss the first ever annual Sisterlock Explosion coming to Atlanta at the